Welcome, welcome. Hello, ladies, welcome. We're just getting settled in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hello, ladies, welcome to the call. Settling in this morning. Make sure you have some blank paper and a notebook, maybe a cup of tea, light a candle. Do I hear that you can't hear me? Can you hear me? Yes? Awesome, great. We're just getting started here. Thank you for the thumbs up, that's so helpful. I'm gonna be my wing woman is Shannon Fisher, so we're just waiting for her to jump on the call. Welcome, ladies, welcome. Hello, Elizabeth and Janice and Jan and Madeline. Jane and Catherine, hi Kimmy. Carol and Sarah, hi ladies, good morning, good morning. Elizabeth is here, hi Debbie. Agnes is here. Welcome. So as always, ladies, make sure that your camera is pointed at your face so that we can see your eyes. If you're moving around the room, you can either hide your camera if you need to get something, or just turn off your video. You need to move around so that we're not distracted. Oh, something's happening. Excellent. And we just have a few more minutes before we start. I recommend you turn off your cell phones and close the other browsers on your computer just so that you have this time to totally focus on your business and what we are here to share with you today. All of you have taken, made a commitment to be here and are focusing on your business today in a special way. So I want to congratulate you for being here and not to multitask during this time. It's super easy, especially since we're sitting at our screen, to like go check something or go hop on something or, oh yeah, just do that one last thing. So I'm just going to recommend you don't do that for the next hour and a half and you give yourself over to this training. One of my favorite teachers, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, has said many amazing things, but one of my favorite things that he says is, learn the rules before you break them. And I never considered the Dalai Lama like that much of a rebel, but if you look at what has happened in his life, he is very much an out-of-the-box kind of spiritual leader. And he recommends we learn the rules before we break them. So in this training, we here at Women Rockin' Business are giving you all of the templates, checklists, and everything that you need to create a successful workshop. And what your job is, what your role is to completely show up as best as you can, to learn the templates, the structures, the guidelines, so that you can then make it your own. We love originality, and we know that in a group like this, the diversity of the feminine is super strong here, and each one of you is going to create a unique and powerful workshop that's just exactly right for you and the clients that are seeking you. But before you go twisting and changing and questioning the material, what we want to ask you to do is to lean into it. Try it on for size. As if you were trying on a beautiful new coat or a brand new dress or a hot pair of shoes. Try them on, walk around in them for a little bit before you decide to change it. And that way you won't get so confused and lost in the decision making of, am I going to do this? Am I not going to do this? Am I going to do this? I'm not going to do this. So I want to welcome, before we get too far along, Miss Shannon Fisher. Welcome to the call, Shannon.
Hey everyone, I'm so excited to see you all here. Everyone's arriving. Such an awesome group. Can I just say, well done over on the Facebook page. You guys are engaged. Keep that up. I'm so excited. And I have more announcements about the Facebook page for you to come, but I'm just like loving seeing you all over there.
Ditto that. Our Facebook page is jamming. You ladies are throwing up your videos and introducing yourselves, reaching out for buddies. Incredible engagement. And if you haven't done that because you're feeling a little shy, it's never too late to get some skin in the game by posting. Today's call is our first official training call. We had a jumpstart call, and this is our first official training call. And today we're going to be talking about how to create your workshop. And so if you are paying attention to the Facebook page, you know that there's a handout for today, and we're gonna jump into that with some exciting information. So like always, make sure that you have some blank piece of paper. If you have the opportunity to print out all of the handouts in the forum and have them by your side for these trainings, then you can really use them to make notes, ask questions, and really keep track of your learning style. So we recommend that you really do that. Shannon, would you like to jump into announcements?
Sure. So one of the things that we have over on the Facebook page, and I want to just help orient all of you to this, is that the Sisterhood Facebook page has over about 12,000, maybe 13,000 at this point, women in it. And it's a super fun page, and it's where Sage does her Facebook Lives. That is not for this program. And I just want to make sure you all understand that. You can go over there and play and network as much as you want. But when you want your questions answered for Events That Change Lives, you'll need to post on the Events That Change Lives Facebook page. And I really recommend tagging coaches. All of us coaches are named and pictured at the top of the banner for the Events That Change Lives group. So tag us when you have a specific question, you need specific feedback, because that'll help us find you. And let's see what else. You'll get all your questions answered. It's really busy right now. So if you feel like you asked a question and it didn't get answered and you didn't tag one of us, it might have gotten buried. That's going to slow down a little bit as we just like ease our way in here. But if you have a burning question and you want it answered, you may need to repost it and tag us. So I want to just announce the video challenge winners. You guys did an amazing job with your videos. I have so much fun scrolling through and watching you guys just show up there, get to see your faces, and get to hear your energy come right through the screen. And you're all patting yourself on the back. I want you to pat yourself on the back for posting a video. This is like the first step in just being visible. Some of us have never even posted a video before. So that's awesome. It says my internet connection is unstable. I hope I'm coming through here.
You're coming through, sweetie. You froze for a second, this really beautiful face of a whoa, and then you unstuck. So okay. It's all good. You're so sexy.
Great. Visibility, it's always good. So I'm going to announce the 3 winners. The reason we picked them is because their videos had certain qualities that we want to highlight. I recommend you write their names down and you go watch their videos. They're good learning tools. The winners get a gold pass coaching session with our coach. This is a one-on-one coaching session, and we're going to send the winners an email with a link to book those coaching sessions. So we're going to give them a big wahoo in a minute. So the first winner I have is Maria Marathon Sojberg. She went out and hosted her first signature talk before her niche was clear. However, she had a great talk title. And here's the thing, ladies. You don't have to be crystal clear on your niche to go out and give a signature talk. You can actually reverse engineer it. If you're feeling like you're in niche soup, then you can actually come up with a really awesome talk title, a talk that you can go give, put it out there, go out and give your signature talk. This will actually help you get even more clear on your niche. So don't let your niche hold you back. And I love that Maria was a perfect example of that. Let's give her a kiss. Mwah. Good job, Maria. Second winner is Lisa Dion. She's engaging and clear. From the minute she starts her video, I feel like she's talking to me as a potential client. It's hot. And she asks really engaging questions, and she comes across very clear and professional. And I love that she just shoots the video and goes for it. So well done to you, Lisa. Let's give Lisa a kiss. Mwah. And our third winner is Nogella Kutno Thompson. I'm so sorry. You're right below me on my little picture. And hi, I see you. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, your gorgeous name. You're the third winner. You get a free coaching session. And here's what I love. You were so energetic. You had a great program name, Idea to Income. I just think that's beautiful. And you're highlighting passion, purpose, and profit. Just some very tangible pieces that came across in your program name and title. And I love that you called yourself a delusional optimist. It's creative and cute. Your personality shone through. So let's give Nogella a kiss. Mwah.
And right. I'm going to unmute the line so that everyone can give a big wahoo. So I'm going to mute you all, ladies, and give a big wahoo and congratulations to the 3 winners. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Good morning, ladies. Can I hear you?
Wahoo!
There you are.
Hey.
I love it. This morning I was listening to the woman who created the passion test, and she was talking about envy. And she was talking about what happens amongst women often when we are wanting to be in someone else's shoes. And she was talking about how to use it for growth. And I just had this experience last night because I was talking to a fellow entrepreneurius who's a singer-songwriter, and I'm watching her really excel. And the reason she's excelling is because she hired herself an amazing coach, and she's doing exactly what her coach is telling her to do. And I was feeling envious because I feel a little resistant to my coach sometimes. And then I got this email from the woman who created the Desire Map, and she's like, you know how to use envy? You use it to get your butt in gear. Anytime you see another woman having something that you desire, not just anything, but when you see a woman having results that you want, clients that you want, confidence that you want, it's a signal that you can have it too, and to take a step closer to it. She also said the next step to that is celebrating your sister for waking up in you what you want most. So ladies, if you're sitting there wishing that you had a gold pass, a one-on-one session with one of the coaches, you can have that. There will be more contests and more opportunities to win time with our coaches, and you can really have that and use it for however you need. So pat yourself on the back and say, I can have that too. I can have that too. Yes, you can. Excellent. So today we're going to dive into our Q&A, and I want to set some framework about where we are in these modules. So all of you have had access to the first module, and the second module has just opened up. When we direct you to your handouts, this is often helpful to orient yourself on where you need to be in the process right now. So what I'm looking at right now is the Create Your Workshop handout that's in your forum, titled Steps to Create Your Workshop. And I just want to go over the 3 first points of this handout so we can orient ourselves about where do I get started. So number 1, to help yourself orient yourself to your workshop is orient yourself to the big takeaway from your event. What is your intention? And what will your participants take away? Super big key to always continue to orient yourself towards the people in the room, right? People come to us because they want something from us for themselves. They're wanting to make a transformation in their lives. Most people aren't going to come to us because it's about us. We're highlighting them. So keep your eye on your participants, the intention and what your participants are going to take away. Number 2, pick your date and get the word out. It's a lot of what's been happening on Facebook. Talk titles, venues, marketing. If you're not fully engaged in number 2, then you're not taking a step closer to your dreams in a real way. And of course, there's going to be some fear that comes up as you start getting the word out, as you start telling people, hey, I'm going to do that workshop. But don't let it stop you. Number 3, crafting your offer. Now, number 3 is really well laid out in module 2. So you haven't seen that yet. But what I want to orient you all to is when we talk about the offer, what we're going to recommend most of you do, if you've never done a workshop before, is your offer is for a free half-an-hour session with you. You're not offering your product, you're not offering them a book, you're not selling your program. If you've never done a workshop and this is your first swing at coming out in the world, you want to offer them a free half-an-hour one-on-one session with you, and that definitely needs a name. People don't invest their time, their money, or their energy in things that aren't tangible, right? Most people sell something like a shoe, a car, a dress, a meal. So when you're offering people, when you're crafting your offer for this one-on-one session, you want to give it a name. And again, how to name these things are in your modules. These training calls, these Q&A calls, when we're all together, are really a chance for you each to ask us individual questions about where you are in your process. These are not so much training calls where we're going to be teaching you a lot of things, but you will learn so much by the questions your other sisters ask, right? Because some of you are in the same place in your business as other women on this call, and they'll be asking questions about their offer, their talk title. What do they say to a venue? They'll be asking very similar questions. So that's what your piece of paper is for, to take down copious notes. When someone else is getting their question answered, that is also an answer for you. Can I get a uh-huh? Uh-huh. Good, love it. Awesome. So we're gonna open up the lines for Q&A, and we have the blessing of having so many women on this call today. And to make this Q&A efficient, which will go till 12:30, we ask you to get to the heart of the matter. And it can be as easy as, I have a question about my content. I have a question about the title for my talk. I have a question about my niche. And then just zoom into the heart of it. Shannon and I are here both to serve you in answering those questions. Each of you has the opportunity to push your hand up on your screen if you're on Zoom by going to the 3 little buttons at the top. The blue box with the 3 little dots in it to raise your hand. And that way we'll know you have a question. And if you're on the phone, press 2, I believe, is the number on your keypad. I already see a couple hands raised. And what would also be helpful, ladies, if you let us know who you are and where you're from. We just love to know where you all are at and what your name is. And if you do know your niche, bonus, let us know what your niche is. And it can also be your niche for now, ladies. For some of you, you're going to be dating your niche for a while before you get married. And that's okay. Dating is good before you make a big commitment. So niche for now is a really good start. And I love storytelling. I would love to know each and every one of your stories. And then please grant me the permission to kindly cut you off if you divert too far into the realm of storytelling about your background and what you've went through, because we need to keep these calls on time. Can I get another uh-huh for that? Uh-huh. Thank you so much, ladies. So we have some hands up on the call, and we're just going to start at the top with Aisha.
Isha.
Isha. Hi,
Yes.
Isha. Welcome to the call.
Thank you. I appreciate you picking me. Hi, Sarah. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Where are you calling from?
Australia.
That's what it sounds like. Welcome to the call. How can we support you?
I just wanted to double check on my niche. I've chatted to Nigella and a couple of ladies. Hi, Nigella. I just to get to it very quickly, I have, up till now, I've always worked in businesses. I took a lot of the knowledge that I've worked out, in my home, and I've transferred it into businesses. But where I'm thinking of moving across to is working women, or probably entrepreneurs who are growing their businesses, but they're stay-at-home mums, and they don't really have a supportive partner. And well, they do, but there's friction at home, and so I'm probably just really trying to understand if that's still still a niche that women struggle with those issues, and okay.
Yeah, great
Yeah.
question. Hey Shannon, do you want to speak to that? I think you can handle that one.
Did you unmute me?
I did.
Thanks. My internet seems to be slow. It's lagging.
Oh, sorry about that. Aisha, we're having like communication. So you're wanting to know if you can work with women. I'm sorry, our internet just both froze up. Can you give us the heart of your question one more time?
So basically, the women that I can support are either entrepreneurs or working women.
Yes.
Who are either stay at home with the bulk of the home responsibility and children responsibilities fall to them, and they're often in friction with their partners because their partner doesn't really think they need to work.
Got it.
And so it's really about, and that was actually a situation that I was in, and I have been able to help my husband to come on board, and we're a really united family now, and everybody gets involved and does work with the family.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for repeating that. That's super helpful. You're speaking to a really beautiful nuance of what entrepreneurs and working women struggle with. And that is going to be really supportive in when you're helping them, right? Your niche would still be attention entrepreneurs or attention working women, right?
Okay.
Your talk title could be something like how to unite your family behind your business, right? You could use that as a way to lure people in if it's a common ache or a common problem. But you're still going to be leading with your niche of working women or women entrepreneurs. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I mean, I did throw up some titles onto the forum, but they got not a lot of response. But that's probably how to unite your family, or how to unite your partner behind your business.
Yeah, great. I love it. I love it.
We're actually. Yeah. Okay.
Great.
So I've just been really wanting to make sure the niche is right, because now I can find a title, and then it becomes easy.
Nice. Beautiful. Yeah, it's a perfect niche. And ladies, everyone on the call, right? There are a couple really common areas where people need support. So write this down. So one of the common places that people need support is in their business, right? All aspects of business. Starting a business, handling a business, marketing their business, knowing what business to go into, right? There's a whole area of people that need that. So that's entrepreneurs and working women, just like what Aisha is talking about. There's another realm of relationships. People struggle with relationships with their partners, relationship with their family, relationship with their kids. All of these things where people suffer with relationships. There's a third area where people often invest in support, and that's around their well-being and their wellness. People who are struggling with weight, people who are struggling with what to eat, people who are struggling with pain, people who are struggling with those issues within their family, right? So there's often places where people invest. So when you're looking around like, are there enough people? Those are often places where you can get some traction. And so if you're someone who's like, that none of those fit me, that was true for me too, right? I'm a storyteller. I was in the area of entertainment. How did I fit into these niches, right? I was just like, there was a huge gap between what I was doing. And what Sage helped me see is that entrepreneurs and people in businesses need to learn how to tell really good stories and need to be able to present magically to capture their audiences. So I took my skill and my genius in storytelling and I matched it to a group of people who needed my skill. And it took me a while to get the language and to close the gap inside my own mind, but that is how I made the fit. Does that make sense? Awesome. Let's give Aisha a big kiss.
That's totally.
Mwah.
Thank you very much.
You're so
Appreciate it.
welcome. You're so welcome. Shannon, are you live? Can you move your head?
I'm live, but
Yay!
it's all out, so thanks for bearing with me.
No worries. Let's take the next caller. How about Heather Finch? You are live.
Firth. Heather Firth.
Heather Firth, welcome to the call. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Reno, Nevada.
Welcome to the call. Hi,
Thank-
how can we support you?
Thank you. Yes, I forgot what you said to say. I'm getting over the flu, so sorry for me for being a little fuzzy brain.
No worries. Sorry you were ill.
Well, so I guess with my niche is I said my background is ICF certified spiritual sex and love coach, right? So my niche, I'm trying to say couples and singles struggling with love, sex, and intimacy.
Yep,
Okay.
that's
Is
hot.
That's it?
That's hot. Yeah, I have a face come to mind. Yeah, you're in the realm of relationships, and you help people with love, sex, and intimacy. Boom, no problem.
Right. Oh, okay. Okay. And then I guess for the discovery or sample sessions and the offer of the workshop, I came up with, in using their language, at first I had, since my workshop topic is how to ask for what you want in the bedroom and get it.
Yep.
That seems to be, I got a yes kind of on that one from Sage.
Yeah.
And so I thought in the discovery session, because I say bedroom, at first I was thinking bedroom bliss breakthrough coaching session.
Do you see the ladies' heads nodding? Oh, you're on the phone.
Yeah, bedroom bliss break, because I also had heal your sex life now coaching session or better sex now.
Yeah, Heather, here's the thing. Here's the thing, and we can all learn from this. There isn't one talk title, like a magic bullet, that's going to get everyone in your door and become your client. It's a series of talks and workshops. So what we want to recommend for you, Heather, and everyone else on the call is take your first title that's hot. Go out and do it. Give that talk. Give it 2, 3, 6 times. If people are coming and they're responding to those talk titles, then great, keep going, right?
Okay.
If you want to give a talk in the same town on the same week, right? Because you're like, I want to talk in this town that's 20 minutes away, and I want to talk in this town that's 30 minutes away. I want to do it the same week, but I want to differentiate, then use 2 different talk titles. That's awesome too, right?
Okay.
And then you can recycle your talk titles. Say 6 months from now, Heather, you want it, you have enough clients, you fill up your practice, and 6 months from now, those ones graduate, and you're like, what do I do? You offer your talk title again, right? Awesome.
Okay, so then everybody get the nod on bedroom bliss breakthrough.
Yes, honey. Go for it. Yeah.
I think that's good. The other ones you said are great too, so you could pick one and just go for it. The discovery session just needs to be super simple to roll off your tongue, and bedroom bliss is perfect for that. Really, your talk title, because it passes the face test, is good to go, and then your discovery session is just going to be the icing on the cake. So it's test time, sister.
Thank you. Thank
welcome.
you.
Big kiss for you, Heather.
Mwah.
Awesome. Let's go to Jennifer B. You are live. No, Junie Moon.
Ah, that's me. I saw unmuted. I'm like, oh no, they unmuted accidentally. So. Hi, this is great. Okay, so 2 things came up. One is when you were doing the relationship, business, self-care options, it made me think, do we have to pick one? And I know we're trying to niche, and what I do is I work with women that are starting over, typically people that have had a life change, whether the kids just left or they have a divorce, and they're starting their new chapter. Right. So I typically kind of put it out there as women starting over to break free of fear so that they can create their new life chapter. Right. And I don't specify relationship or business, because to me it's all about getting back out there and breaking through their fear. Do I have to pick one, do you think?
So you're a purpose coach and you're helping people discover their next purpose, their next chapter in their life. Oftentimes that falls in the realm of career or business.
Okay.
But it's true. People in the second half of their life, maybe they're rediscovering that they want to be a philanthropist, or they really want to get honed in on their well-being because they're depleted after raising kids and grandkids and things like that, right? So you're going to lead with purpose, right?
Can I pause you for a quick second? Because when I hear purpose coach, I know we don't talk about process, and yet what I do is I'm a shadow worker, and I help people undo the programming from the past so that they can create the next chapter.
Great. Those are your modalities. Awesome. Those are the processes that you do. And this is really an important distinction, Junie. Thank you for highlighting this. All these things that we do to help people, right? Undo their shadow, help them take an inventory, give them a blueprint. These are all things that we do that we don't put in our talk title. Our talk title is a sign. It's like your sign above the door that's blinking that says, come in here. I mean, a really crude example, right, is the taco shop and the Thai food shop. At the taco shop, they say tacos for sale. They don't tell you how they make the enchiladas. They don't tell you how they got the refried beans. They don't give you all, they don't tell you that their mom was from Guatemala, not from Ecuador, right? It's just tacos. You're hungry for a taco, you go to the taco shop, right? Now, if you like noodles, you go to the Thai shop. If you like curry, you go to the Thai shop. Does that make sense? So these talk titles, these niches are like that. They're the simple, easy signs on the door. Then, Junie, everything that you do, the fear busters, the shadow work, right, the inventory, that's great. That's what you talk to them about when you're sitting one-on-one with them and they're like, hey, what's your program like?
Right.
So for now, you're helping women reinvent. Is that correct?
To get themselves back out there. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So notice, ladies, in your talk titles, we recommend you talk about the benefits that they'll get, the things that they want, right? So what is the benefit? What are some of the benefits you are going to offer in your talk, Junie?
Well, they will be able to have more confidence and more ability to put themselves back out there because they feel better about who they are. So
awesome.
more confidence, more excitement, more clarity about what they want.
Confidence and clarity. These are two things that people are often looking for when they're redesigning their life.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous. Great questions. All right, let's give you a big kiss.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Looks like we have Jana Martinez. My screen is frozen. Shannon, can
Yeah. I've got Jana Martinez. You are live. I've unmuted you, my love.
There it goes.
Thank you. I don't have my camera on because I have splotchy internet here in Mexico.
Okay.
So I hope you can hear
We
me.
can hear you fine.
Thank you. Okay, I'm stuck in my niche, determining my niche. I've been asking myself, because I've been stuck in the process of what I do. So what I came up with is helping women entrepreneurs in finding balance and peace and how to put themselves in the flow so that they can create the life that that they can design the life of their dreams. But I do it through sound healing. So I am having trouble explaining the sound healing part of it.
Awesome, great question. Go ahead, Shannon, take it away.
Okay. So yeah, this is actually similar to what we were just talking about with the transition, niche, and that there's a modality, like Junie Moon said, she helps them do their shadow work. Well, for you use sound healing. That's a modality. So we're suggesting and recommending that you don't lead with that. Your talk title doesn't need to say it's through sound healing. This is something that you can utilize when you have them there in person. So what we want to know is, and you stated this clearly, that you work with women entrepreneurs, great, and you help them with balance. A lot of women entrepreneurs, they get out of balance. They need more self-care, or they need more support around making a schedule that isn't going to burn them out. And you can support with that. So you could focus the talk title on burnout. You could focus the talk title on the specific self-care. Again, this is going to come back to your title having the benefits. The sound healing comes when you have them in person and you can start to work with them with your modalities.
I see. So for example, I have a talk on being all what I call gived out, which is when you've given so much of yourself and you've never replenished and there's not more to give.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's great. Like that's another burnout thing. Now remember, with women entrepreneurs, you want to get in your ideal client's mindset. Women entrepreneurs need to focus on one thing to make all of their activities sustainable, and that is their income. That is, how are they doing income producing in their businesses? So if you're burned out, you're going to be less income producing. So I think it's really hot if you're working for women, if you're working toward women entrepreneurs and getting their attention. You could use a talk title around burnout and say something like, increase your income, decrease your burnout, increase your income, and move in that direction so that it catches their attention. They're like, that's right. Like, I really need this income piece handled and I need to not burn out.
Wow, that's fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's give her a kiss. Mwah. Thank you, Jana. Awesome. It looks like there's somebody we're trying to get here. We have our tech team. Let me just say, we have our tech team on the Facebook page and helping us with this call, because there's so many of us and some of you haven't been able to get on, and we're trying to get all of you on. We increased our account size and everything, but there's a little bit of technical issues. So if you're over on the Facebook page trying to get support, just know that our team is over there to support you, and we're going to try to get to as many of you as we can.
Awesome. Let's go to Tanya. Hi, Tanya. You are live. I got you unmuted.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can. Where are you calling from?
Okay. So I'm calling from Southern California.
Great.
Riverside area. My niche is mompreneurs, specifically stay-at-home mompreneurs. And I've done a couple of talks now. My first workshop, nobody showed up, but my other ones they have, and I now have some discovery sessions, and I'm getting that under my belt. But the question I keep running up upon is whether I'm actually a business consultant or a parenting consultant, and I'm neither. I'm kind of putting those two together. So how do you answer that question for them when you don't really know where you're at?
Well, why do you say that?
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Why do you say that you're neither? You don't help them with their business?
I do help them with the business. I help with parenting. So I do both. But I'm not like reading their P&L statements for their business or teaching them how to do that kind of information. So
right.
Building businesses and doing that is something that I believe is more of a business coach and business, that part. And then parenting, I'm not telling them how to parent their children or to do that. I'm just putting those two together for whatever that they want for their next steps.
So I'm confused when you talk to me, so I can understand why your clients would be confused, which is no worries, because I don't know actually what you're helping them with.
Okay, so it's like when you know everything you're supposed to be putting in for business, people always discuss what an entrepreneur or mompreneur should have for her business and what she should be doing, making the vision statement or whatever. And then the parents say, we want a parenting, you need to be doing this for your kids. So it's one vision, one path, one way to go forward. So you can stay at home and be financially and emotionally secure. So they're getting it because they're asking me for discovery sessions, but they're not really knowing what I do. And I don't really know. I mean, I don't know how to classify it.
Got it. You don't need to classify it. If you're helping mompreneurs, like that is I get a face come to mind, especially when you said stay-at-home moms. But here's the thing. once you get one of those clients and you start with them, like, where are you going to start with them? Are you going to start with helping them with their business, or are you going to start with helping them parent? Like, what's the first step?
Yes, you could start in two different spots. There's two different tracks you can do. We can either do business or parenting.
Okay, so what you sound like you're in a similar place where I was when I first started my business, because I didn't really know. I didn't really know okay. Hold on.
Here it comes. It's good.
Okay.
For most of you, including you, Tanya, your first dozen clients are really going to be about research. What do people really need, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
In some ways, those first discovery sessions, those 12 first clients, are going to define who's out there and what they want. So part of your job, Tanya, when you are giving these free talks, is to talk to these people who come to sit with you. Like, what are they struggling with most? Right? Are they struggling with building their business? Do they not know how to build a business at home? Or are they struggling with letting go of their kids and letting go of their family and stepping away from that? Like, what are they really struggling with? Can you help women with parenting their kids?
Well, I'm a parent, but yes. I mean, I can, but
Can
it
you help
depends
them
on
build
what.
their business?
Yes. So but my passion, my thing is putting family first and showing how you can do that, being a stay-at-home mom, because I've done that for so long.
Yeah.
And and I don't, like I said, in my own life, I don't distinguish between parenting and my work. It's all my life.
Yeah, I get it. But Tanya, when you get a client to work with you, you're going to have to take them through a series of steps, a methodical process of some kind. And I get that you don't know exactly what that looks like, but that's what your clients want, right? They want something they can wrap their mind around. So for you to get clear on what is the first step is going to be really important. And like I said, one of the first things you're going to need to know is, where are they struggling the most? Because if they're struggling with parenting, that's what they're going to need support with. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to stay curious about your clients, really curious about your clients, and ask them what it is they're struggling with.
Right, and that's what I'm doing. So I think I'm on the right track with doing that, because we're finding out what they're struggling with is putting those two together, which is what the foundation is in the first place. And the information that I'm giving them originally, I have 2 clients now. Yay!
Congratulations.
And they both had the same issues, but they were starting from a different point. One started parenting, one was starting from business. So that's what I'm trying, but the bottom line was the same.
Putting it
information.
together.
But I think
putting it together. I love that phrase. I love that phrase. And Tanya, consider putting it together into your talk title. Attention entrepreneurs, how to put together parenting and a successful business. Putting it together. So part of what you're going to do in your talks is explain that there's these 2 realms for a stay-at-home mom, and you need to put them together. And you have a structure for one and a structure for another to put them together. Now, it's true, when your clients come to you, you can start them in either realm, but you're going to have to put it together, and that's the strategy that you have for them.
Perfect.
Awesome. Let us know how it goes. Big kiss for you.
Big kiss. All right, we're going to go to Jennifer B next. Jennifer, I'm unmuting you. Welcome to the call. Jennifer, I just want to acknowledge, we know you're not on the Facebook page, and you sent in a great question. So I'd love for you to repeat that question so that we can all learn from it and we can get you some coaching here.
Awesome. Thank you. Hi, everybody. I'm calling from Berkeley, California. Nice to be with you.
Welcome.
Thank you. So my question is around using this model, the model of the free talk with the follow-up one-on-one discovery session, to sell higher priced services. And I've kind of been I've actually had 2 holistic businesses, and I've brought the second one to a pause. So I'm sort of starting fresh. And what I recognize is that in both of the first 2 versions, I didn't have a viable business model. I had a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of kind of hope and wishful thinking. So I'm really wanting to support myself with a viable business model. And
nice. And so where are you needing support? Which part?
So the question is, so what happens? Let's say if I want what I want to offer in the one-on-one discovery sessions is I've been playing with it. So it's either some version of sort of a combination of one-on-one guidance with some really deep group work, or maybe that I would have 2 things that I would offer, and one would be one-on-one coaching, and the other would be a really intense group. But they would both be sort of at a fairly high price point compared to some of what Sage was talking about. So maybe the one-on-one coaching would be, in the sort of $1,300 to $2,000 a month range.
Yeah. So what the question that I'm hearing you ask is, when I'm in a discovery session, when I'm in that one-on-one session, can I create an individual package for my client that contains both one-on-one work and group work? And the answer is yes, you can totally do that.
That's okay. That's part of my question. Another of my question is, okay, so let's say I am using this model. Do I need to kind of be strategic about what groups I'm talking to if I know that ultimately what I'm going to be offering is something that is not just $300 a month, but maybe $1,300 a month? In other words, do I need to, I think part of what's going on here is I'm recognizing that my niche is maybe more toward executive women. And so I'm wondering about, as I'm through where to offer my talks, do I need to think about position, literally putting myself in places where I'm likely to see those women and meet those women?
Yeah, okay, great. So what I'm hearing you ask is that if I want to sell high-end packages to executive women, do I need to be speaking to them and putting myself in a place where they're in my room? And the answer is absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. That's what you want to do.
Okay, and do you have any guidance about, just like I think Sage mentioned, local day spas and chiropractors' offices and that sort of thing. So I'm going more toward, would I be looking toward professional women's groups or
Yep. Exactly.
industry groups, that sort of thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're on it.
Yeah, and I just want to second that, Jennifer. You are on the right track, and the strategy that you're talking about is
Shannon's frozen.
You want to develop a talk title speaking directly to these women, and then you want to give the talk that you're seeding this program in, and then you're going to give them the free one-on-one discovery session. It's the same strategy as you would use for a shorter program or something that costs less as it would be for a higher end program. Your goal is to get the women, your ideal clients, to your signature talk, and then you're seeding your program, and then you're offering your free discovery sessions. And in your free discovery session, that's where you offer your program. And it doesn't matter whether it's $1,200 a month or $300 a month. You're talking to the woman that you designed to be at your signature talk to offer that program to. And one more key piece, because I heard there might be a question in there. You want to stick to one offer, ladies. Make sure you're really clear. A confused mind cannot decide. And it's actually going to be hard for you to have 2 different offerings going on and discovery sessions for a $300 program a month or a $1,200 program a month. Know that you're rolling out one program at a time, and that's your one offer in all cases. That way you get really strong in your discovery sessions and knowing how to lead the women through the GROW model, which we've given you, to make a decision about jumping into your program, no matter what the price point is.
I totally agree. Well done. Totally agree, Shannon, with everything you said. Let's give you a big kiss.
We have Mary Reeves on here. She's having a hard time raising her hand.
Can you hear me?
You can hear me.
Yay! Hi.
Hi.
Thank y'all so much. It's so nice to meet you and surround a fellow story coach like you and passionate about stories. So I built my business around it. It's called Healing Stories. So it's an honor to meet you and everybody.
So happy to meet a fellow storyteller. Welcome to the call.
I'm so excited, and I'm just like a kid. I have to sit on my hands at the moment. And I just spilled my chai. I'm at a cafe outside. I spilled my chai, and the bees are coming. I'm allergic to bees, but I'm good. Cheers. So my question.
You're living on the edge, Mary. How can we support you?
A wild woman from the Wild West. Well, I have two questions. One, I think I'll just build on the previous question to clarify the answer, and the other one is about gender. So those are my two questions.
Great.
The first one, okay. The first one is just to clarify. We give the free signature talk, and then in that talk we offer each individual there the one-to-one half-hour consult or whatever we're going to call it.
Exactly.
Right? And then the third step would be in that consult. That's where we pitch our program. Of course, we give them values so that can have a takeaway in that.
Exactly.
But so that's it, right?
Yeah.
Got it? Okay.
Boom.
So then in the free consult, I mean in the signature talk, that second step wasn't clear to me till just now today, because I was thinking that the workshop
What second step?
Oh, the one-to-one, offering the one-to-one consult.
Yeah.
Or discovery session or whatever.
Your offer for a free discovery session, yeah?
Yes. I was thinking we'd do the workshop and then pitch our program to get them to sign up. But no, you want to have the one-to-one first.
We
right?
recommend that.
Okay. And that's to build rapport and trust, or tell us a little more about that.
It builds rapport and trust, absolutely. And most people, after spending 45 minutes with you, aren't really willing to invest a lot of money. It's only an hour, 45 minutes with you. When you sit down with them, you give them that half an hour free consultation, you give them a one hot tip, they're more likely to invest in you. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you. I'm glad to get more clarification on that.
Good. Studies show that if you spend about 2 hours with people, the most people will want to invest in you is about $1,000. And we're recommending that you offer a 6-month program or a 3-month program where you can offer someone where it can be anywhere from $395 to $3,095 a month, depending on what you're offering. And so you stand to make a lot more money if you wait for that discovery session and you make an offer in that discovery session as opposed to offering from stage.
Okay. Great. Thank you. And I'm sure this is helpful for many, as you all know.
I'm seeing some heads nodding. So these are great questions, Mary.
Yeah.
Can we just answer one more and then move on? Give us
a minute quick. So I know y'all are like you've got this hip youngster thing happening, and it's about the GLBTQI movement and the Me Too movement. So one of my workshops, my signature workshops, it's a 4-day program, is a story workshop about people sharing their Me Too stories. Previously been women. Yeah. And in my imperfect video, it was going to women, but I'm actually feeling it to offer it to both genders, but we're not limited to 2 genders anymore. So I wanted to know, could you give me some really good nomenclature for my promotional material regarding that all inclusivity, like gender free,
really
all
great
gender.
Question. You and I face the same issues in our business. Really great question. So here's the thing. This is what I've learned through the Universe Monologues, my group program that I run in Santa Cruz, is that women are more likely to share their vulnerable stories when they're in groups with women. So I would definitely make some of your workshops women only. Okay. And then the next thing I would do, I would go to your diversity center or whatever organization in your community that serves a wider and a fluid gender base and ask them for some of their language. Because unless you are really steeped in that language, I've made all kinds of really awkward mistakes in public trying to include people that I don't really know about that well. So I would get in touch with a diversity center or a leader in your community and then see if what you have would serve them.
Okay, well, great. Yeah, my son does that. He's a program manager at a GLBTQI center. So, okay, see what I have. Yeah, I'll use him as my guinea pig and pass it by him. He keeps me updated.
Great. Thank you. Very nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Best of luck with the Me Too monologues.
Oh, thank you. Mwah.
Big kiss.
Thanks. Thank you.
So we've got a bunch of hands up, Shannon. Should we go to Jessica Day?
Yes, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to the call.
Makes me nervous.
No worries.
So a teeny bit of background about me is I'm a music and movement teacher for families with young children. And I have a large following of families over the last 9 years. And one of the things that I saw was a great need for deeper coaching for them. So I'm working on my niche, which is, so I posted about how to joyful parenting, strategies to finding joy in parenting, because what I see is exhausted moms who suddenly find themselves with children and they get lost and they don't know who they are, and they don't know how to do self-care and how to do career, all of that.
Jessica,
So
your line is breaking up just a little bit. So if you can get your question out nice and crystal clear, then we can support you. Thank you for the background. That was really helpful.
So I'm working on my niche, my statement for my workshop, which is going between how to be a mom and sustain yourself and your wellness, stay-at-home mom or a mom who's working. And I'm also wondering about parenthood, joyful parenthood, trying to find joy in parenting while sustaining your wellness yourself. And so I get really lost in that it's too broad, it's too wide, and just bringing it down, choosing one thing and doing that workshop right away.
Yep. You know what I want to remind you and everyone on the call to do when you're thinking about your talk title is definitely go to the talk title template. It's right at the top, your juicy talk title template. Because what we want to encourage you to do is to offer people 3 keys, 3 steps, 3 pillars, right? And to use these benefit words to describe, right? How to position these talk titles. Now, what I'm hearing you say, Jessica, right? What I'm hearing you say, Jessica, is moms and parenting. Well, those 2 things aren't mutually exclusive, right?
Right.
Most often when you're going to put a talk title up or offer something about parenting, most often moms will come. Okay? So what I want you to think about is the benefits and what you're going to offer them, the 3 keys to what? If the women are struggling with exhaustion, right? 3 keys to energize your parenting, right? Energize is the word, right?
Yes.
Do you see
and
where
self-care. I mean, it's really about self-care.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think Shannon can attest to this too, right? Like, or maybe Shannon, you want to break in on self-care. Like, is self-care something that as a mom you would come to?
So I love that you asked that question. And here's the thing, as a mom and a woman entrepreneur myself, I got to be honest, I stayed home for 5 years. And I think one of the questions that needs to be asked, and there was also our other woman that was just on the phone with this as well, we have to know when we're putting ourselves out there for a program, we have to have a really good sense of, is this historically something that people have invested in? Is there a history of people investing in the thing that you want to do? If you can start to answer that question, that's going to really help you move forward. So have mothers invested in their self-care? Or are they stuck behind their motherhood, unable to invest, maybe feeling disempowered around the finances, not being a contributor? I don't know what that path is going to be for them. But if the answer is yes, they're stuck behind motherhood and they're not going to necessarily be able to invest in their self-care, you're going to want to tweak your talk title so it helps them. You want to catch these mothers' attention, right? So if they're not ready to go, hey, I need self-care, because they're stuck behind this piece of motherhood, maybe you want to you want to present a talk that's going to catch their attention more on like, let's see if it just comes through right now, like how, put yourself in their shoes. What would this mother stuck behind motherhood be willing to invest in? What is their pain and what are they willing to invest in? So I'm going to
I love how Shannon's going on this trail for you, Jessica, because one of the things that mothers invest in are their children, right? As you've seen,
Yeah.
that they invest in music and movement because they want their children to have happy, healthy lives, right? So if you can
But they
link,
get lost.
right, if you can link their happiness to their children's happiness, then you have something going on. So you might say something like 3 keys to joyful parenting and joyful children.
There you go. Yeah. And that was very similar to the title that I
Great.
say.
Great. So Jessica, what we're going to
It's that
recommend is
simple.
yeah, it doesn't have to be that complicated. And sometimes it is. So I'm glad you're getting this reflection. What we really want to encourage you is to go out and do it, right? Go out and offer that talk title. And if you're running into parents through your work with music and movement, you can always pass the talk title by them. Go like, if you saw this in the newspaper, would you come?
Yeah.
Do these words
Great
resonate
idea.
with you? Right?
Yes.
Do your
Yes.
market research. Awesome. Big kiss for you.
Perfect.
Thank you for your courage
Thank
to
you.
ask a question. You know, ladies, it isn't easy to be visible with the things that we don't know or the places that we're confused. So if you're sticking your hand up and asking a question, just want to shout out a big congratulations for your courage. And we're going to do our best to get to each and every one of you before this call is over. So let's move on. It looks like Polly. Hi, welcome to the call. You are live.
Hey, thank you. I am a credit card executive and expert for 40 years in the industry. And I've been working in the corporate environment and also with the card associations. And what I want to do is work now in the consumer business. And I'm putting together, I've got a webinar already written, but I need to focus down to the deliverables. I haven't gotten my talk title yet. So what I'm looking at is people's relationships to credit card debt. And the 3 bullets that I've listed are about raising their credit score, giving them an opportunity to raise their credit score, put more money in their pocket, and learn why credit is the new money.
Nice. Awesome.
So
all really, really clear. I get a face test. You feel confident in what you're up to. I love your 3 points. Great. What's your question?
So my question is, because I've dealt in the corporate environment for so many years,
yeah,
and now I'm in the consumer. The last 30 years of my career, I want to give back to the consumer with the education knowledge that I have.
Awesome.
I'm getting a lot of people that are on my podcast or reading my books or following my websites and my radio shows. And they have an understanding of debt and a fear of debt. So their conversations are always, where can I learn about this for free? Because there are a lot of people in a lot of debt at this point.
Yeah.
And I'm used to working with corporate people that have the money to invest in workshops.
Yeah.
That are $1,500 to $3,000.
Yeah.
So I've had some pushback testing.
Yeah.
Going, I'm already in debt. Why would I pay you more to help me get out of debt or raise my credit score?
Yeah. So Polly, that's one of the first things that you're going to want to address in any of your marketing material and in your webinar is why invest to get out of debt?
Okay.
Why should they do it? And you're going to need to build a case of why that's really important. It's the same thing that we do when we deal with women who want to start their businesses who don't have any money, right? They're trying to start a business to make money, but they don't have money yet. So we really need to build the case that that is what people are going to object to. And then you need to show them why. Like, how much money can they save if they invest in you to get out of debt? And because you are a numbers woman, this could be really easy. It could be very scientific, right? You can show what interest rates cost. You can show all the way. This is not my genius, so I'm just storytelling here a little bit. But I want you to fill in the real details. But you want to show them like how much it's costing them to be in debt.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
And if they're a family, you might want to give an example. Like if you're a family and want to build a house, this is what it's going to cost you if you don't get out of debt. If you're an entrepreneur and you're wanting to grow your business, this is what debt is costing you. And really build that up so that you have a frame of reference to say, and look, it's only going to cost you this much to get out of it.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I love your glasses. They're so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Big kiss for you.
Thanks.
Gorgeous.
All right. We got hands up all over the place. Love it. Nadine Robertali. I just butchered her last name. Hi, welcome to the call.
That's okay. I've been called worse.
How can we support you?
So my primary niche group is working with parents who are struggling with parenting.
Yep.
And so that often takes different forms.
Yep.
Mental health, divorce, grief and loss. So my question is
all the obstacles. Awesome.
So my question is, how narrow do I make the title of my talk? Do I zoom in on one group of parents, so parents that are struggling with children with mental health?
Right. Have you given a talk title? I'm sorry. Have you given a talk yet?
I've done workshops, for families.
Great. And what have you narrowed in on for those workshops?
Typically kids with trauma.
Kids with trauma. And how's that going? Are people coming?
Yep. Yes.
Awesome. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. You're doing something. It's working. Keep going.
Okay. So part of, I'm trying to move away from, so I do a lot of child welfare work. So the people that are coming are people that are enmeshed in the child welfare system, which makes it really difficult for all kinds of reasons for me to sort of move beyond and work with them on an individual basis.
Great. So you're not giving your talk title to people in that economic background. Great. You're giving it to other parents. No problem.
Right. So I want to move more into being able to offer with parents in the private sector, as opposed to parents involved within a system.
You can do that.
Okay. So do I specify, or do I just be general in terms of parents that are struggling with parenting, or do I specify and
the more specific you can be, Nadine, the better, right? These talk titles, again, tacos or noodles.
Okay.
You want people to
So
know.
offer one, start with like parents that are struggling with children with mental health issues. And then
I heard you say trauma, and I heard that you have an expertise in trauma. There's no reason you can't support parents in the private sector or parents at large with trauma, and really build the case how trauma unchecked in their children leads to their failure in grades, leads to misbehavior, leads to poor communication with their parents. Like these are all things that parents really want. So again, you're building a case that this is really valuable. And Nadine, the best way to know, right, is just to keep doing it. Keep getting out there.
Okay.
Curious about the parents who come. Ask them if they know the signs of trauma. What does it look like? Do they know how to handle it? Right?
So my experience has also been trauma scare.
I would love to have more a conversation, a deeper conversation, but we've got tons of hands up. So I need to leave you there.
Okay.
Jump on the Facebook page for more.
Okay, perfect.
But you're on a vein. Keep going.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Big kiss. Hands pop up. Napatat Sage, you are live. How do you say your name?
Nanapat.
Nanapat. Welcome to the call. Where are you calling from?
Calling from Las Vegas.
Welcome to the call. Can you note down your question for us?
Okay, so I have, I work with leaders, but the questions is around, like I increase their performance, but I don't have the gender, so I don't know if I should narrow it down into like I help a female executive to perform at their peak, awesome.
Have you worked with both men and women leaders?
Yeah.
Awesome. You can do that. You don't have to focus just on women, but
Okay.
at some point you might want to do a talk just for female leaders.
Okay.
Right? You can do
Okay.
both. But in your
Okay.
talk title, you might want to be specific. If you create a talk title where men and women are welcome, you might want to put that into your talk title.
Okay. So,
Right.
okay. So, and then I just want to run it by you quick. Just only two title. Which one resonate with you most? So, attention business owners and leaders, leadership mastery, how to maximize your potential and become a high performing leader. So that's mine. The second one is the same, attention business owners and leaders, leadership mastery, 3 steps to increase your performance and increase your legacy.
The second one. Yeah.
Oh.
And ladies, did you notice when she gave the first one, like there's some swimming, like trying to figure it out. When the second one, she's like 3 keys. You're like, oh, 3 keys. I can wrap my mind around that.
Ah,
right?
okay.
This is what people are attracted to. They want steps. They want it nutted down, especially Nanapat leaders and business people. They're freaking busy. They just want like 2 or 3 things so they can get going. Does that make sense?
Yep. Okay.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Thank
Big
you.
kiss to you in Las Vegas.
Thank you.
Parents, entrepreneurs, ladies, everyone wants it nutted down. So make sure that you include 3 keys, 3 steps, something that people can wrap their mind around to sort of break up the wordiness of your talk titles. Shannon, who's next?
We have Leslie. Leslie, I am unmuting you. Hi, Leslie.
Oh, hi. Hi. Okay, so my niche group are empty nesters, and I tentatively have a title of Redefining Yourself for New and Soon-to-Be Empty Nesters. But it comes to mind that the empty nesters could be working women or stay-at-home moms. So do I need to differentiate because they're going to be interested, or what I talk about would be different because the stay-at-home moms may have a whole different, looking at empty or redefining themselves versus the moms that are working that are looking to redefine themselves? Or do you think, how do you handle if some of the things you talk about aren't necessarily of interest to everybody in that group?
So tell me did you have a talk title in there? You're saying you have either empty nesters or stay-at-home moms?
Well, the title I had was Redefining Yourself for New and Soon-to-Be Empty Nesters. But then as I thought about it, I thought, well, those empty nesters could include stay-at-home moms and working moms, right? They're losing their kids and redefining themselves, but they're 2 different groups of women with looking at it probably differently.
Yeah. So what I would say, this is a great question, but I would stick with the fact that you're working with moms who are empty nesting, whether they're business women or they've been stay at home. I think you really need to focus on life after the children leave the home because it's a big transition point. And I want to highlight that. A lot of you work with people in transition. This is a beautiful example of how to get really specific about using transition as your niche. You have a specific transition they're in. It's empty nesting. So focus on the empty nesting and the pain points and the benefits that they get from attending your talk title. And you can address this issue from a more holistic standpoint, whether they're business or not. I would talk about, finding, well, I'm sure you have your pieces of what they're going to get out of the talk that, what they're looking for. So you need to know, what are they looking for, whether they're in business or stay at home.
Okay. And then the second question is, a lot of the people in this group or not in this group, but that are doing this program are already professionals, like they're licensed counselors. They have their own practice already and they're looking to add workshops or retreats. But for those of us that aren't professionals like that and we're looking to do workshops, do most people start off as sole proprietors, or do they set up an LLC to protect and, create their business under? What type of business structure do a lot of people use?
This is a good question, and I want to just make sure this is clear. We aren't recommending any one business structure through this program. Right. And that is information that you guys can share with each other on the Facebook page, and I did see some questions about that, but there's not one business business structure that we're recommending. I will share with you from a personal standpoint, many of us in Women Rocking Business started out with sole proprietor, and as you grow, you move into more of an LLC, or you can go into an S corp. That's a natural progression. So I would say talk to your tax accountants, get some good advice, and then, start small and grow up from there.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome questions. Let's give you a big kiss. Mwah.
It looks like Lisa Gillette has had her hand up for a while. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the call.
Oh, can I just say, Serena, Shannon, you guys rock, and everybody else here, great comments. I've got so much stuff going on here. I need help with my discovery session title. And what I just came up with in listening to the questions were defining your career dream. Oh, by the way, I'm a career coach. I focus on women working in corporate to get the job they want with the title and the salary they deserve.
Nice.
ICF certified, and I've been doing this about 2 years now, so I'm looking to expand.
Great, really specific. I love it. Totally passes the test.
I did the work before I showed up here.
Awesome. So what's your breakthrough? What's your breakthrough session title?
Well, what I just came up with right now was defining your career dreams, 3 steps to design your roadmap to professional satisfaction and success. And then it just came out of me right now asking, what's the one thing you want in your career? What's one thing you want to have in your career? Identify success in the past. Identify things in the past that happened.
Please, pause. I love it. So I heard your talk title. Great. Your question was...
that's actually the discovery session.
Great. So your discovery session is 1 or 2 words, something that rolls off your tongue.
Define your career dreams.
Define your career dreams is 4 words. So
your career roadmap.
Gorgeous. Career roadmap.
You're getting the roadmap. That's clear.
Now here's the thing, Lisa. In your discovery session, you're not going to want to give them the entire roadmap.
Correct.
If you sit down for a half an hour and you give them the entire roadmap, they're going to walk away and say, thank you very much. And they're not necessarily going to need your help. So the talk title that came up, bedroom bliss, right? 2 words, they rhymed. People want bliss. What do people want in the career area that you're helping with? What do they really want?
They want clarity about how to climb the corporate ladder.
Great. Clarity breakthrough session.
Thank you.
Boom. It's that easy. And the reason, and Lisa, the reason we all want those breakthrough session titles to be so easy is because when we get to the offer portion of our signature talk and we're building the offer and we're really wanting people to take us up on that half an hour free session, we want to say clarity breakthrough session, clarity breakthrough session, clarity breakthrough session, clarity breakthrough session, clarity breakthrough session. We want to say it 5 or 6 times. So by the time we're done with that, they're like, oh, I want a clarity breakthrough session because I understand what it is. My mind can wrap myself around the title. And she said it like 6 times. That's a thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
So if I call it the career clarity session.
Does it roll off your tongue?
Yeah, because everybody's looking for clarity in their career.
Great. Give it a roll. I love it.
You guys are wonderful. And thanks to everybody else. So many great ideas on this call.
I'm so glad. You have a beautiful smile, Lisa. Thanks for your question.
No makeup.
Well done. Bye for now. Mwah. All right. Woo. Rocking and rolling. Kelly V, you are live.
Hi, how are you?
Well, thank you.
Good. I'm calling from Minneapolis. I am a professional hypnotist. And so what I do is break down old patterns and behaviors and things like that and help clients instill new ones. And that, of course, can happen across the board.
Yeah.
So I'm in niche soup and beginning to narrow down my area of focus. When I hear you talking about making your offer after the discovery session, I'm struggling with the amounts and the fact that we should be doing one offer and one offer only. Because right now I have 3 options that people can choose from. I have a single session because there are some things that are done in one session.
Yeah.
I have a 3-session package, and I have a 10-session coaching package.
Yeah. Good job. Can I pause you there, Kelly?
Yes.
What I love about what you're saying is you're thinking about offering a package of sessions.
Yes.
I think it's really brilliant. We want to encourage people like you who usually do one-offs to offer packages. It's more sustainable income. It'll build more trust. People will get more momentum. So yes, we do recommend when you're in that discovery session that you offer them one of those things. Now, here's the thing, Kelly. When you're sitting in that discovery session with a person, it's your job after a half an hour to assess like what they might need to get through that issue, right? So if someone's like struggling with smoking, you know they're not gonna get off cigarettes in one session, right? How many sessions do you think they would need?
I do that. I guess where my biggest discomfort comes from are the price points that you guys are talking about. Because what I'm hearing is offering something, that's like $3,000, $5,000, something like that. And I'm not quite there yet.
And you don't have to be. That's a great question. You don't have to be, Kelly. But if you're offering someone, how many sessions to get off smoking?
Okay, so if 3 sessions is right now $425, and I already have a raise in mind for that. I'm going to be raising that soon.
Beautiful. So what you would do is you would just offer them, like what I recommend is a series of 3 sessions to help you get off the nicotine. And what I want to offer you is this package for $425. How does that sound?
Okay, so when you were saying make one offer, I can have multiple things that I offer on my website or whatever, but when I'm talking to that person, I am making them one offer based on what I truly believe is the best recommendation based on the information that they've told me in that discovery session.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And to make it easy for you, Kelly, and everyone else, don't have so many options.
Yes.
Right? Because you don't want to be in that session like thumbing through all those things. You want the things that work. 2 options. But if you give them the option, then it's in their hands. You just really want to stand in the position like I recommend 3 sessions would really help you.
Okay.
Great question. I saw you sit back in your chair. You look satisfied. Are you satisfied?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Big kiss for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Tara Davis, you had your hand up for a long time. What's up, girl? I love your hair. Woo!
Thank you, darling.
All right, ladies, we have a lot of hands up, so just get us right to the heart of your question. What's up?
Yep. Okay, so I am still in the soup as well, and I feel like I can post that on Facebook and get that answered. Here is another question that I have. So when we are doing our talks, so currently in my coaching, I just do one-on-one. I don't have any packages set up, and I'm having someone help me on my website to be able to have people sign up on my website and to have the packages. Yep. Since I don't have those sessions set up, how do I sell someone in my discovery session? Like I have these packages. When does that package start? If I'm not ready to start with, am I starting their package individually? Or am I starting, am I starting a big group together?
If you don't have any clients yet, if you don't have if your client load isn't full of one-on-one clients yet, we recommend, yes, you start 1 client at a time. So after that conversation, you decide that program starts on Monday. That program starts on Tuesday. It starts at the beginning of the month. You get to decide, but each person comes to you and you sign them up 1 at a time. That's what we're recommending. Exactly.
Okay, then when do I transition to like a group 3-month or a group 6-month?
We recommend after you have seen a dozen individual clients, right? When you've rolled through your program a dozen times, a dozen people have come through your program for 3 months or 6 months, and you feel like you have the blueprint, like you could really serve anyone with this blueprint, this 3-month program, this 6-month program, then you can definitely move on to a group, because now you can put 12 people and you can take them all through step by step that program.
Yep.
Make sense?
It does. So this is the last clarity on what you're saying.
Yeah.
Is that even though I've already been seeing individual clients, what I'm hearing you saying is that because I'm turning out this new particular thing that I'm learning and that I'm going to be teaching, I'm going to take all new clients under that umbrella of learning my new niche.
That's what that's what we recommend, because when you lay something new out, right? There's some glitches in it. There's languaging. There's things take shorter time. Things take longer time. It gives you a chance. It's like a beta group. You get to get paid while you're laying out this beta program. Then once you get all the kinks out of it and you offer it to a bigger group, then you can handle the blueprint solid. But now you're getting to know like 13 new souls, and you're like, oh, this is a whole other thing, right? So you can, yes, exactly. You don't have to do it all at once, and you can get paid as you progress.
Yep, that feels way better.
I love that big breath you took. You're like, okay, yeah, big kiss for you. Mwah. Love it. Who's next, Shannon?
We've got Carol Ostrom. You are live.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I do dream interpretation, and when I don't know what the person's going to share, because everyone dreams, until they open their mouth and share their dream. So I never know what I'm going to be talking about. But because I'm working with symbols and patterns, that's my skill. So I came up with a couple of titles for working with this. And initially I put up Exploring Your Dreams and Beyond, which is the program I'm going to have, but I need to have like a talk title underneath. And I came up with, and the word "that" would be in capitals. What did that weird dream mean? Keys to understanding your dreams, or something like gaining the wisdom of your dreams.
Say it again. What did that mean?
Yeah, and I don't know if I should put the word weird in, because not everybody's dreams are weird, but most people think they are.
What about what did that dream mean?
Yeah.
3 keys
to either understanding your dreams, or I could use gaining the wisdom from your dreams.
3 keys. So understanding and wisdom, right?
Yeah, I have a couple of different things I'm kind of playing with.
Here, I like those, but what would make this like more juicy is, what do people really want in their lives as a result of dream interpretation?
Well, and see, that's where that's where I get caught up, because some people, they're dealing with like a divorce, and and their dreams will talk about what their life is going to, what they're working through, the emotional issues. Other people could be dealing with a health issue. And there's no way to distinguish, you can only come if your dreams have to do with a health issue, because
right, but people who want better health and people who want better relationships, what are they wanting? Like, what's something bigger? And you know what, Carol, you may not know, but if you've had clients that you've worked with, you might consider asking them. Ladies, you can do this. You can put an email out to all of your past clients and ask them a couple simple questions. So Carol, write this down, and anyone else write this down. You can ask them some simple questions. You can ask them, what were you struggling with when you came to see me? What changed in your life specifically as a result of the work we did together?
Okay.
And then what you can do with those answers, when your clients answer back, you can pull some of their language out. So Carol, what some people might say is they slept better. 3 keys to sleeping soundly, right? Because maybe people's dreams wake them up and disturb them. And once they understand their dreams, then they can use them for better relationships or better health. Or maybe you find out from your clients that what they're getting from their dreams is they're getting peace of mind, because now they're like in deep contact with their soul and their psyche, and they can make decisions from that. Maybe it's clarity. And then
and this is the problem.
It doesn't have to be a problem, Carol.
Okay, well, that's true. Thank you. The spectrum, and I come upon this each time I try and come up with a title, it's so broad. There's not like, I don't niche out to like people that are one way or the other.
I know, Carol, you're not going to like my answer.
Okay.
Can I give it to you anyway?
Sure.
You're not going to know by thinking about it in your room or behind your computer, right? Where we get validation that our talk titles are speaking to our potential clients is when we give a talk, they come and we ask them, or we get clear with them. So Kara, one of your jobs is to do the best job at your title. I love, what did that dream mean? And I love the big that. That caught my attention because I hear people say that all the time. That's like 12-year-old language, right?
And that's what people say to me. Like
Great.
somebody will find out I do dreams and they go, well, what did that dream mean?
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Use their words to
Okay.
create the talk title, because they'll be like, oh, I say that all the time. And then offer them 3 keys to clarity, 3 keys to better sleep, 3 keys to knowing themselves. And then when they come, ask them,
okay,
what do you struggle with? How did this help you? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. Thank you very much. That
You're
really
welcome.
helped.
I love your hair. Big kiss to you. So beautiful, purple. You know, it's clear that no matter how fast Shannon and I go answering questions, that we're not going to get to everyone today. So please be jotting down your questions on the margin and be willing to post those right after the call, because we only have 4 minutes to wrap up. And Shannon, do we have an announcement before we break?
Yeah, you know, why don't we just go with a couple more, and then maybe I can post my last announcement over on the Facebook page.
That sounds brilliant. So we'll take 2 more questions. The rest of announcements will go on the Facebook page. And if we don't get to you, we're sincerely sorry. I've been talking as fast as I can. But please post your question on the Facebook page and one of us will get back to you. Elizabeth Beads, you are live. You won the lottery.
I won it. Okay, my question is, am I too micro niched for my first offering? I've been working with the enrollment mastery thing and have developed some stuff. So I work with wellness businesses, specifically yoga teachers and holistic practitioners, and I help them with all sorts of business stuff, but through enrollment mastery, I'm like, okay, let's micro niche it. So I want to help them to learn Facebook Live video. Is that too micro niched to offer a workshop on?
I love it. Oh my God, no! Stars for you. You are a great example. This is beautiful, right? Who got a face test? I'm a wellness practitioner and I need to know how to use a Facebook Live video, for God's sake. Gorgeous. You can talk about that in less than 2 hours, easy sneezy. And then guess what?
How do I not give it all away between my 2-hour talk and my 30-minute discovery?
You handcuff yourself and you put tape across your mouth. No, I'm just kidding. Here's the thing. In your talks, and for you, Elizabeth, when you give this tutorial, right, on Facebook Live, you're also going to want to let them know that Facebook Live is not the only way to use Facebook.
Exactly.
Right? There's all kinds of other ways to learn how to use Facebook and social media to get the word out about your business. If they want a social media breakthrough session so they can really like flesh out a whole program, a whole blueprint, a whole strategy how to use social media, they should definitely take you up on that half an hour. Once you get them in that half an hour and you're one-on-one with them, what you're really going to be curious about is what's in the way. What are you struggling with? If they're struggling with visibility, if they're struggling with image, if they're struggling with their message, if they're struggling with time management, right? I've got all these things. If they're struggling with all these, okay, I got the program for you. I don't know where that accent came from. I got a program for you, right? And then you lay it out, right? There's only so much we can get done in this half an hour session, but what I see you need is a more holistic way of promoting your business so that you don't get burned out, because you give a lot as a wellness practitioner. You hear what I'm laying down?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like that. Awesome. Big kiss for you. Mwah. You know what? I think we should end on Elizabeth, because we can all learn so much from her last call. Her niching down. Did you see when she said that Facebook Live video? We're like, oh, we can wrap our minds around it. Now, this might bring up a little envy, right? That you aren't that micro niched. Don't beat yourself up for that. Don't do that. But know that that's where you're headed. You want your talk title, your free talk, to be so specific that you can actually help people solve that problem or get close to clarity in less than 2 hours, without giving away the whole farm, without giving away everything that you do, okay? So that you can actually sit down with them and enroll them in a longer program with you. This is where we're going. This is where you're all going. And what I want to say to wrap this up, that this process that you are involved in is not an overnight affair. And there's never been a better time to be a woman opening a business and bringing her passion out in the world. So as you go through these modules, module number 2 is open up to you. Really do your best to absorb the material, to listen to it, to read it multiple times, and do your best to get your butt out and create some action, okay? And I say that with all kinds of love, because the truth is, when you're sitting behind your computer, you're not talking to your clients. You're thinking about your clients. When you begin talking to potential clients, even if it's at a dinner party, even if it's a referral to someone that you're calling on the phone, or even if you're giving a workshop where 4 or 20 people have shown up, when you're in conversation with your clients and they're responding to your talk title, to your discovery session, or they're not, that's the best feedback you can get. That will show you where you need to hone in and focus. When you begin to focus on one particular problem, one particular kind of person, you will get the traction, you'll get the feedback. You're like, oh my God, this is it. It's so simple. That's what it'll feel like. It'll be like, oh my God, it's so simple. And if it's not simple yet, don't worry about it. Keep going, and it will simplify. Ladies, we are just past the hour. I want to honor all of your times and your schedules. Congratulations for being here and being so open to learning. I'm so sorry, Angela and Bertha and Carol and Maria for not actually getting, and Sarah for not getting you one-on-one. But please go to the Facebook page, laser out your question, and Shannon will be over there as soon as she can to help give you guys some support. It has been an honor and a delight to be with you today. I will be back talking about story and marketing on some of our next modules, so go to module 2. I'm going to unmute the line so you guys can give a big wahoo and get your hands above your head. Congratulations for being here. Woo!